Shirley Jane Temple is an American film and television actress, singer, and dancer. And she was also known as an ambassador, an activist, a political figure, and most notably, an inspiration. Shirley Jane Temple was born on April 23, 1928 in Santa Monica, California, to George Francis Temple, a bank employee, and his wife Gertrude Amelia. Mrs. Temple encouraged her daughter's singing, dancing, and acting talents, and in September 1931 enrolled her in Meglin's Dance School in Los Angeles, California. About this time, Mrs. Temple began styling Shirley's hair in ringlets, similar to those of silent film star Mary Pickford. In January 1932, a talent search at the dance school led to a contract with Educational Pictures. During that time, she appeared in a short film series called Baby Burlesques and another series called Frolics of Youth. 2 years later, she signed with Fox Films, and in April 1934, she starred in her breakthrough film, Stand Up and Cheer. And just as the title suggested, the public response was tremendous. In that same year, another film, Bright Eyes, was released. It was the first feature film crafted specifically for Shirley's talents and the first in which her name appeared in the bright lights above the title. Her signature song, On the Good Ship Lollipop, was introduced with that film, and it sold over 500,000 sheet music copies. To honor her year of success, the Academy presented her with a special miniature Oscar for a job well done, and her foot and handprints were added to the forecourt of the Grauman's Chinese Theater. Now let's take a moment and enjoy this memorable scene featuring Shirley Temple.
Come and see me from this vile place. Your dance was terrible. I cannot go on. I'm so tired of it all. Please let me go. I'll hold you here until you decide to marry me. No, 1,000 times no, you viper. So you spurn my brother riches and fame. Then you stay right here and pay and pay and pay at 8%. Don't cry, honey.
In 1934, Fox Films merged with 20th Century Pictures to become 20th Century Fox. Producer and studio head Darryl F. Zanuck focused all of his attention toward cultivating Temple's superstar status. A story development team made up of 19 writers was assembled, and in short order, they created 11 original stories and adaptations of the classics, specifically for her. The impact was felt, and as biographer Ann Edwards once wrote, this was mid-Depression, and schemes proliferated for the care of the needy and the regeneration of the fallen. But they all required endless paperwork and demeaning hours-long queues, at the end of which an exhausted, nettled social worker dealt with each person as a faceless number. Shirley offered a natural solution: to open one's heart. Even former President Franklin D. Roosevelt was quoted as saying, "It is a splendid thing that for just 15 cents an American can go to a movie and look at the smiling face of a baby and forget his troubles." Most Temple films during the first half of her career were made quickly and with small budgets. Her movies were comedy dramas with song and dance throughout. Elements of the traditional fairy tale were woven into all of her films. She embodied the triumph of good over evil and continually reminded her fans that love conquers all. Let's take a break and enjoy this classic moment from the beloved Shirley Temple.
Okay. All ready? Camera. We thought that love was over, that we were really through. I said I didn't love him, that we began anew. And you can all believe me, we sure intended to, but we just couldn't say goodbye. The cherub and the sofa, they rose straight up and cried. The curtain started waving for me to come inside. I tell you confidentially, the tears were hard to hide, but we just couldn't say goodbye. The clock was striking 12 o'clock. It looked on us below with folded hands. It seemed to say, we'll miss you if you go. So I was back to kisses, and when I looked around, the room was singing love songs and dancing up and down. And now we're both so happy because the last we found that we just couldn't say goodbye. Darling! Darling, leave with me. Could I offer you riches, untold wealth? Ah, no. All it glitters is like gold of my husband and my child. But my love for you is going to be sorrowing. Kiss me, my sweet. No, leave me, you oily-tongued rascal. Okay, cut. Picture is finished, boys. You are wonderful. You'll be my new star. Oh, Mr. Director. A new discovery. Amazing. Stupendous. Colossal. Let's walk over to the office. Walk? I should say not. I must have a Rolls Royce and a maid at once. And here, boy, hold these. So you're gone Hollywood. You better wait till the public see a picture before you go hard hat. Of all the nutty days. Boy!
As her success continued through the mid-30s, the films grew in scale, and in 1937, John Ford was hired to direct the hit film Wee Willie Winkie. It included an A-list cast with the likes of Victor McLaglen, C. Aubrey Smith, and Cesar Romero. It was also during this time that her roles began to reflect a slightly more mature personality, as her hair had darkened and her ringlets were brushed back into curls. As she aged, her appeal diminished, and by 1940, at the age of 12, her film career was seemingly coming to a close. Her parents moved her away from the studio, and she was enrolled at the Westlake School for Girls. Throughout the 1940s, many producers and studios attempted to reignite her career, including MGM, United Artists, RKO, and Columbia. But she had been typecast. David O. Selznick, the producer for Gone with the Wind, even suggested that she change her name, move abroad, and gain maturity as an actress. Temple knew better and announced her official retirement on December 16, 1950. At this same time, she celebrated her second marriage. It was to Charles Alden Black, a World War II United States Navy Silver Star hero. They had a son together and remained married for 54 years until his death in 2005. Her first marriage had been to John George Agar when she was only 17. They had a daughter together, Linda Susan, and even made 2 films together. But it was a troubled relationship that ended in divorce, a divorce that was finalized only weeks prior to her second marriage. Up next, we'll take another look back to a favorite moment with our favorite star.
Where's this monster's other claw? Sir, he had a fight with another nut. Take me back and bring me the winner. Yes, sir. Elmer! Neil! I cannot talk here. He is watching. Come on with me. Oh, that I should find you in the den of iniquity. Woe in me, armless power. Please, save me. Okay, kiddo. Look out, here he comes. Where is that man? There's no one here. And who are you, my pretty maid? I'm the Bill Dacrena's cousin. Ha-ha, and a cowboy one, too. I love my wife, but all you kids. What are you doing here? Believe it or not, I was waiting for a horse car. There, where you poor hayseed. Have a care, the day of reckoning is at hand. Yes? Throw him out. I go now, but I'll return. When I do, I'll be back. Help! Help! left behind and start our lives anew.
Now known as Shirley Temple Black, her future beyond the silver screen continued to be bright. In 1958, Temple returned to show business with a 2-season television anthology series of fairy tale adaptations. During the 1960s, she had many guest appearances on The Red Skelton Show, Sing Along with Mitch, and many others. Having grown up in the entertainment industry, Temple had a real understanding of business both in front of the camera and behind the scenes. She would eventually sit on the boards of many corporations and organizations, including the Walt Disney Company, Del Monte Foods, and the National Wildlife Federation. Following her venture into television, in 1967, she became active in the Republican Party and ran unsuccessfully for the United States Congress, but was later appointed representative to the 24th General Assembly of the United Nations by President Richard M. Nixon. She was also appointed United States Ambassador to Ghana in 1974 by President Gerald Ford, and to Czechoslovakia in 1989 by President George H.W. Bush. In 1972, Temple became the first prominent woman to speak openly about breast cancer after she herself was diagnosed. The tumor was malignant and removed, and a modified radical mastectomy performed. And now, another classic moment from American cinema featuring Shirley Temple.
How much longer have we got, Daddy?
Only a few minutes, darling. You're learning me by heart, little Sarah.
No, Daddy. I know you by heart. You're inside my heart.
We're going to be brave, aren't we? I tell you what. Let's pretend we're back in India. And I'm going away with the troop for a few days. Shall we? We've fought this kind of battle before, haven't we? And you never cried once when I went away. Remember?
Yes, Daddy.
Well, this is going to be our hardest battle. But we'll be good soldiers, won't we?
Yes, Daddy.
Shall we say goodbye, like we used to at home?
Yes, Daddy.
All right, then. Chin up. Go to the window and look out. Now, say it as we used to. My daddy has to go away, but he'll return most any day. Any moment I may see my daddy coming back to me.
My daddy has to go away, but he'll return most any day. I can't do it this time. I can't do it. You're crying too.
Afraid we're not quite such good soldiers as we thought.
Oh, yes, we are. I can do it now. My daddy has to go away, but he'll return most any day. Any moment, I may see my daddy coming back to me.
Temple led a full life, inspiring and influencing many along the way. In 1988, she even published her own autobiography, Child Star. For all that she has accomplished, Temple has been the recipient of many awards and honors, including the prestigious Kennedy Center Honors and a Life Achievement Award by the Screen Actors Guild. In 2002, a life-size bronze statue of Temple as a child was placed on the Fox studio lot by sculptor Nigel Binns. For many, it stands as a reminder of that true spirit of hope and joy that she brought to the silver screen. During a time when the country was facing its most serious economic hardships, Temple made us smile.